Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitske. We begin with another grim milestone reached in the fight against coronavirus. Our death toll now topped 900. In the past 4 days, we've learned of over 75 COVID-19 related deaths in Kern County. Public Health announced 25 deaths this morning, but it's important to remember these deaths didn't happen today. All 25 deaths happened in January. December remains our deadliest month with 219 lives lost. January now is our second deadliest month with 173 lives lost. We've only learned of 9 deaths in February so far. The latest update brings our death toll to 902 lives lost since last March, and the number is likely higher as health officials continue to process death certificates. Now, the good news, cases continue to decline. Public Health reported 200 new infections today. State data shows 151 people are in the hospital. 42 people are in the ICU. Both hospitalizations and those in the intensive care unit appear to be declining. Now, Kern County will be spending at least another week in the purple tier. Our countywide metrics are continuing to decrease, but don't meet red tier requirements just yet. Last week's update had encouraging signs that the pandemic was weakening, and this could mean we are getting closer to fewer state-ordered restrictions. Today, Governor Gavin Newsom said 7 new counties would see their tier level drop. Now, Kern County is not one of them. The state monitors 3 categories: the daily number of cases per 100,000 people, the positivity rate, and the equity positivity rate. Our county needs to be at 7 per 100,000 people testing positive every day in order to meet the red tier metrics. The state also monitors the positivity rate, which we have met the red tier metrics for the past 2 weeks now. However, the other metric is the positivity rate in the most disadvantaged areas of the county, otherwise known as the health equity rate. We have not met those numbers. It needs to be below 8 in order to move into the red category. Representatives from Kern County Public Health are hopeful for what the future holds for us here very soon.
The good news is that we are headed in the right direction. Our metrics are really improving week to week, and we are very optimistic that the red tier is hopefully on the horizon for us.
In the red tier, restaurants can reopen for indoor dining with modifications, along with reopening gyms and movie theaters with limited capacity. Well, one way to help curb the spread of COVID-19 is to get vaccinated, and the mass vaccination site at the Kern County Fairgrounds continues to offer the vaccine. 17's Robert Price got an in-depth look at the facility and joins us live from the site. Bob?
Nicole, the pace of COVID-19 vaccinations around the country, as you know, is picking up with 3 distinct new vaccines out on the market for emergency approval. What we saw here today at the Kern County Fairgrounds is more evidence that the pipeline is coming to Kern County. A little bit slow at times, but it's here and it's consistent. We've had mass vaccinations at the Kern County Fairgrounds for 6 weeks now. What makes this one different is the media's broadened access. Why this access? Because Kern County Public Health is determined to send a message that these vaccines are safe, effective, and increasingly available. I spoke with Devin Brown of the county about the situation.
We're showing our community how important it is to be vaccinated and hopefully help get us back to normal and showing off what the county has put together out here to make sure that happens.
Many have been frustrated in their efforts to get vaccinations, and we're hoping that's going to change for the better soon. These free clinics are a positive indication that we're going in the right direction. At the Kern County Fairgrounds, Robert Price, back to you, Nicole.
All right, thanks for that, Bob. Well, a reminder, everyone in Phase 1A and 1B are eligible to receive the vaccine right here in Kern County. Now, that includes anyone 65 years or older, healthcare workers and first responders, plus teachers, child care workers, those in emergency services, and people who work in the food and agriculture industry. They can also get an appointment for the shot. Now, if you are among those eligible, you can sign up for a vaccine appointment using the state's website. That's myturn.ca.gov. You can also call 833-422-4255. We checked the site and found that it only lists a handful of local providers right now, when in fact there are dozens of local sites offering the vaccine. State leaders say it will take time to get all the providers connected to the site. And our local blood banks have taken a hit amid the pandemic, but you can do your part to help fill the void. Houchin Blood Bank says it's in urgent need of type O blood. They are asking if you are type O or O negative to consider donating immediately. Houchin also has a need for all blood types as well as platelets, plasma, and COVID-19 convalescent plasma. Houchin says our community needs you. For more information on how to donate or to make an appointment, visit hcbb.com. And police are asking for help identifying the driver and vehicle involved in a hit-and-run crash that injured a bicyclist last month. The crash happened February 17th in the area of East Brundage Lane and South Milham Drive. Police described the car as a late 1990s white Toyota Avalon with rear-tinted windows. It's likely has a passenger side damage. Anyone with information about this case is asked to call the Bakersfield Police Department at 327-7111. And police need your help in identifying a teen accused of molesting a child. According to BPD, the suspect is wanted related to molest and annoying child offenses. BPD says it happened back on February 20th on East Panama Lane near South Fairfax Road. The teen is described as slim-build, 5'8" to 5'10" with dark hair. He was last seen in a dark face mask, a black t-shirt with graphics, and black Adidas pants. He fled in a white minivan. If you have any information, call BPD at 327-7111. And a fire tore through a mobile home in northeast Bakersfield last night and quickly spread to a nearby garage. And the fire was reported around 7 p.m. on Water Street, east of Alta Vista Drive and south of Columbus Street. Crews worked quickly to extinguish the flames. The fire caused roughly $20,000 in damage. The cause of that fire is now under investigation. And making headlines around the state, at least 15 people are dead after an SUV crashes into a semi-truck in Imperial County. It happened this morning off of State Route 115 north of Holtville, about 11 miles east of El Centro. Medical officials say they believe the SUV was carrying 27 people at the time of the crash with a semi full of gravel. Police say 14 people died on the scene. 12 others were taken to nearby hospitals where one person later died. Imperial County law enforcement is still on the scene. The cause of the crash is under investigation. The Kern High School District put forth a phased plan to return to in-person learning last night. That plan includes a chance for some seniors to spend their final days on campus. During last night's school board meeting, we learned the district's reopening plan was approved by Kern Public Health, but it's awaiting approval from the state health department. A decision is expected by March 8th. If granted, special ed, homeless and foster youth, English learners, and CTE students would begin in-person learning on March 15th. Seniors who are in senior-only classes would be allowed to return to school beginning April 12th. Students who don't fall into those categories would continue distance learning. The district, however, does plan to offer in-person instruction for all grade levels for summer school until classes are filled. And lastly, KHSD expects all of its students to be back on campus in the fall. And the Kern High School District is partnering with Bakersfield College to provide college courses opportunities for high school students. Now, applications are being accepted until March 26th. A virtual meeting for students and parents to learn more about the courses will be held tonight at 6 on Zoom. To register for the meeting or apply for a pathway, go to bakersfieldcollege.edu/early college. The Guild House is reopening their doors after closing down for some time. Now, starting today, the Guild House is offering outdoor dining. They say seating will be limited and recommend making a reservation. They will be open Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. You can view the menu ahead of time at guildhousebakersfield.org. Make sure to click on the monthly menus tab. The Guild House will continue offering takeout options as well.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.